Hey guys, it's Steph from the Hot Move Podcast. So, oh man, this draft was rather interesting because the whole talk has been about where Shedeur Sanders is going to go. Okay, there's just the media coverage, the constant Shedeur watch just has been rather odd. Okay, I was just in the mindset if he falls in the first round, it's okay. Even though he didn't get drafted in the first round, it's fine. However, though, for my team, the Pittsburgh Steelers, we drafted 21 and instead we go with defense. Okay, so I don't know what their plan is at quarterback, I don't know what my team's plan is at quarterback at this point. Okay, yeah, we got a great, D tackle. I believe he was second team All Pro in the Big Ten from Oregon. Okay, great. Okay, I have no doubts that he is going to be an impact player, an immediate impact player, barring injury and he stays healthy his rookie year. I think that Steelers we're really good at picking guys with our draft picks. So I definitely can see him being a multiple Pro Bowler, absolutely. But I wasn't thrilled because what are we doing with Aaron Rodgers? Is this what Aaron Rodgers want to see? Are we doing this to appease Aaron Rodgers? Right? What is our backup plan at quarterback if Aaron Rodgers wants to retire? I don't know. So I thought that Shedeur Sanders would have been a great fit. I really do. I thought he'd been a great fit to come into this organization, be a backup, or if he is able to, if he competes really well in preseason, we'll be able to pick him. No, not at all. So I was like, okay, well, I guess that goes. I'm sure somebody else will sneak back in to get Shedeur Sanders, or someone else will. And then the Giants snuck back in, but they got Jackson Dart. Okay. You can make the case that did Jackson Dart have a better, did he play better going against SEC competition compared to the Big 12? Okay, but I don't want to water down the Big 12. I mean, the Big 12, he was in the college playoffs. It was in the college playoffs. We had a final, I think ASU was in the Final Four of the college playoffs or something like that, or quarterfinals or something, whatever it was, right? But really good. You know what I'm saying? I think they're the quarterfinals. Okay, the Big 12 was really good this year, though. Okay, offense is really good for the Big 12. Shedeur Sanders was the best quarterback in the Big 12. Okay, so, I thought we would go that route, and we did not. Giants seemed like they got their guy, Abdul Carter, and their quarterback, so it seemed like they maximized their draft capital. I'm not surprised that they didn't take Shedeur Sanders because they don't really draft quarterbacks like a Shedeur Sanders, and I'll leave it at that. So just look at the Giants quarterback drafting history is all I'm saying. I was really upset. I thought that, we should get a quarterback, a young quarterback. I'm not listening to these guys that Shedeur can't, I think all the noise has just been because of the Sanders last name. Okay. I'm not getting into the whole cockiness and all this other stuff. I've seen Shedeur Sanders multiple times in those games and practice footage of how he is with his teammates, and it seemed like everybody is like a family unit when he's out there. They really follow him, so his leadership and all that. And I think he has an underrated arm. I think his arm is better than advertised. Okay, and I think his mobility is better than advertised. Okay, and I think his football IQ is very good as well too. But you know what? It's okay. Now, just day one. And I think this happened to Shedeur Sanders is actually wonderful. I really do. I think that, some of the best quarterbacks in NFL history were not first round quarterbacks. Listen, Cam Ward, good luck. Good luck to the brother out in Tennessee. We know how the lack of structure they have out there. Is Cam Ward's going to, could he light it up? Possibly, right? Is he going to be that Hope Diamond of quarterbacks this draft? Maybe. Jackson Dart. Look, the New York Giants have struggled for many, many years, but this is a safe pick for them. Is low. If he's a bust, he's 25. So you know what I'm saying. I think spending a pick on Shedeur Sanders at 25 would have been better for the Giants, in my opinion. But the Giants felt that Jackson Dart will fit their system and what they want to do. And historically, Ole Miss, I think Eli Manning went there. So, that whole connection, right? It is what it is. Daniel Jones, he was Peyton Manning coached him, or I think he got coached by Peyton Manning at a camp or something. Whatever Manning connection, or whatever type of affiliation. They just love the Mannings because Eli won them 2 Super Bowls. Get it. But for Shedeur Sanders, though, great spot for Shedeur, I think, to be drafted lower. If he balls out, gets a chance to play, he doesn't have to have that 5th-year option, and really make a lot of money in the NFL if he's proven to be good. And you know what? This is even better because it's, instead of a knock, it's like, okay, yeah, you know what? I was a 2nd round, 3rd rounder. Yeah, based on where I was drafted, there wasn't supposed to be any expectations of me. So he can play more freely when he does get an opportunity. Okay, so I like it. I think he's a 1st round talent, but it seemed like this was a draft of need, very specific needs. All these teams, I think, made very safe picks. There was no pick that was like kind of head scratching too much. Even for my team, it was a little head scratching, but nothing like I get. We want, we don't know about TJ Watt and all this stuff. I understand Cam Hayward is going to be, we don't, he's getting there. He's getting old in age. I get that. Historically, we've been a defensive philosophy organization, so it is what it is. But at some point, it'd been nice to kind of, get someone on offense, like a quarterback, only because of just where the hell we are with Aaron Rodgers and the fact that we're being held hostage. Yes, because Aaron Rodgers started to say, I'm not holding anybody hostage. Yes, you are. Which is why I kind of liked how Aaron Glenn kind of treated Aaron Rodgers and basically didn't have a long meeting with him. He was like, are you interested in playing football? And Aaron Rodgers, no, he was like, do you want to play football? And Aaron Rodgers was like, I'm interested. And Aaron Glenn was like, I ain't got time for that. I mean, that's kind of the attitude we should have with Aaron Rodgers at this point. But no, this is a very safe draft. I think the biggest shock was Jacksonville coming out of nowhere and getting Travis Hunter at number 2. Crazy. Good luck to that brother out there. Jacksonville has struggled. We know Trevor Lawrence has all the talent, big moments. Not the best, man. Not the best. So could Travis Hunter mask some of that? We'll see. Anyways, guys, let me your thoughts about what you thought about this whole draft and just Shedeur Sanders not being picked by the Steelers at worst, and being a 2nd or 3rd round draft pick possibly, right? I don't think it's a negative. I think it's great for him, and just the fact that there will not be a lot of pressure on him when he does get an opportunity to play in the National Football League. Guys, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think. Please like, subscribe. I'm out.